What is going on, YouTube? Today we reacting to pick 11 through 20 or something like that. I'm trying my absolute hardest to not read the title. That's why I'm moving so quick, so I don't read on accident. I'm trying my absolute hardest to not read the title because I don't want to spoil it like last time when they spoiled it saying that they drafted Travis Hunter. So I'm gonna try my absolute hardest to not pause the video or read the title because I don't want any spoilers. Let's go. Right now, the biggest shocker right now is Shedeur has still not been drafted for some reason. But yeah.
Chance of USA mixed in with the requisite booze for the Niners here in Packers country.
Thank you to our men and women
Shedeur
who
was
serve
Brock
in the
Purdy.
United
I like
States military for your sacrifices to defend our country's freedom. With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Michael Williams, defensive end, Georgia.
I don't know. I do know, bro.
Daniel?
Yeah, Nick Bosa gets a run mate on the opposite side there. Leonard Floyd is gone. He departed in free agency. They also lost Hargrave, the defensive tackle. So they needed to invest, I thought, either in the offensive line or the defensive line. And in Michael Williams, they get someone who, if he'd been healthy through the entire year and through the process, I don't know that he would have even got to them here with the 11th overall pick. He got a little nicked up and hurt in that opening game against Clemson and wasn't quite right, although you saw the flashes as the year went along. Big time upside. I mean, he is going to be the first one off the bus, and that's saying something when you've got Nick Bosa on your team. He is a big time, great looking dude. He's got
Texas saw the flashes.
Yes, they did. There was those flashes. They just weren't consistent. I think it was health related. But he's very long. He's got long arms, and he uses that length. Here he is as a rusher. You see that long inside arm, able to get through and get to the quarterback. I like the idea of widening him out more. He had a lot of tight alignments in that Georgia defense. San Francisco, with their scheme, they will loosen him up. They'll let him rush a little bit from a wide 9, and he'll have a runway where all that explosive power will show really, really well.
They got him good in the house.
For Kirby Smart, but again, I think that worked against him because he was better when he was wide in that wide 9. That ankle injury definitely slowed him down.
They got the whole hood in the house.
Georgia, they will say he was a great locker room guy, and you know that John Lynch loves those type of guys. And listen, can you go wrong with Georgia defenders in the recent vintage? I just don't think you can go wrong.
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
So it is a guy named Tyler, but it's Booker. They go offensive line.
Can I jump in real quick?
Charles Davis.
Earlier tonight, our colleague, Kurt Warner, talked about the Cowboys being intriguing. What's going to happen with their draft? And when did Kurt fall back on at the end? Will they do something bold, or will they do what they always do and draft an offensive line? DJ, take it away.
I feel bad for the offensive line coach. What does he do in the offensive line meeting when he says, hey, Tyler, and Tyler Guyton, Tyler Booker, and Tyler Smith? Oh, yeah, you're going to have to be more specific than that. 3 Tylers on that offensive line.
I love the energy, boy.
To me by the guys at Alabama as the Will Smith or the Will Anderson
I love the energy, boy.
Of the offense. Just an unbelievable leader. Zach Martin goes out, he goes in. Someone with the high character. You see the size. He's a big man. I was asking, what would you tell the teams if they asked you about Tyler Booker? They said if he gets on the airplane after he gets picked, and they were to tell him, hey, they changed the schedule. We have a game tomorrow. We just emailed you the playbook. When the plane landed, he'd have the entire playbook memorized, and he'd be able to start the next day. I mean, they love this kid at Alabama.
New Canaan, Connecticut, to IMG Academy. Academics a big part of what he does. He's a cerebral player as well as a physical player. Joel, he talks about what he wants to do in a ball game is make a guy question whether he still wants to play football by the end of it. And the way he hits on people and does things. And DJ, when you talk about all these Tylers on this offensive line, I'm just going to tell you guys, this feels like a back-to-the-future approach for Dallas. To get back to that time when they drafted Ezekiel Elliott number 4, Zach Martin moved in at guard, and they went away and just beat people up running the football. There's a big running back draft. There's time later in this draft to go get a runner for Dallas. I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be the approach moving forward under Brian Schottenheimer.
Real quick, Joel, we were at the Combine. He did not have a good workout, had a very poor 10 time. And we actually put up a name on the screen, said, don't panic. This guy named Travis Frederick had kind of a poor workout, and it worked out quite well for him, ironically, with the Dallas Cowboys.
The bear hug for your college quarterback in Jalen Milroe, and the bear hug for the commissioner. How are you feeling right now?
I'm super excited. I'm blessed to be a Cowboy. It's a great tradition, a great offensive lineman, and I'm excited to follow suit with all that came before me.
You did not allow a sack on your quarterback this last season. Did Dak Prescott just become your new best friend?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get on the phone with Dak. Getting the protection means make sure he goes clean every single game. I'm just so excited to be a Cowboy.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft,
I'm waiting for Stewart.
The Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Fellas, I gotta jump in because I've been hearing about this kid since he was a true freshman. Going up there and meeting with the Wolverine coaches when Jim Harbaugh and I would sit down, all the way back to Mike McDonald and then Jesse Minter, Wing Martindale, all the coordinators that have been on that side of the ball. The first thing that defense, and it's the Baltimore defense, wants to do is build the run wall. And guess what? Who they talked about? They wouldn't talk about Mason Graham. They would talk about Kenneth Grant as being the guy that could be the best in the future. And one of the reasons is this play that you're looking at right there. He chased down Nick Singleton. He's got this rare motor for a guy that's 330 pounds, and he doesn't even understand how good he is yet. I think his best football is ahead of him. He's a block disruptor. He's a great locker room guy. And DJ, I think he could be one of the premier defensive tackles in the National Football League in the coming years.
And certainly Christian Wilkins walked to Vegas. This fills a need, wouldn't you say?
I'll tell you what, this is going to be fun, Rich. I mean, when you watch him and you think about Anthony Weaver as a defensive coordinator who played for the Baltimore Ravens with the loaded.
I don't know this dude. I don't watch that much college.
Wink would talk about him being similar to just a very athletic big guy. It's hard to find guys that weigh this much, that big, that can run as you see him hawk down the Penn State running back. As a rusher, there's not a lot of imagination.
Everybody out.
He's going right through your chest. And when you have those edge rushers that they need to keep healthy in Miami, he's going to take away the escape hatch. He's going to be able to press the pocket and allow those guys time to win on the edges.
With the 14th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State.
He wears Dallas.
Well, Dallas Clark let him wear the number?
Yeah, I know, right? Here comes Tyler Warren to Indianapolis, sir.
This is a fun player to watch. If you watch college football, and Joel, you jump in here pretty early because the way they use this guy, I mean, he was the offense. You put him back in the Wildcat. Here he's snapping the ball and going out down the field against USC on a trick play. Watch the catch as he goes up and makes that
adjustment. That's illegal in the Turkey Bowl, guys. You can't do that in the Turkey Bowl.
Unbelievable. How about the one-handed catch on an underthrown ball and then absorb the contact? Here he is, again, watch him with the ball in his hands. He can run over you. He can jump over the top of you. The quarterbacks are going to love him. And I'll tell you who else is going to love him in the running backs. With what he does in the run game, he can latch you and drive. The reason he wears that 44 is because his dad told him about a guy named John Riggins. Yep. And this is how you're going to play the game, Joel. And that is the way he does it.
100%. And here's what I loved about him is that, well, not to disparage their wide receiver core, but their wide receiver core was non-existent. And so the focal point of the pass defense was always on Warren, which means that they needed to be creative. And they were able to do that. And they snapped it to him, handed it to him, pitched it to him, screened it to him, send him down the seam. In every different way you could possibly get the ball to 44, they were getting the ball to 44. And yet, he was always natural and comfortable in those situations. And that's rare. That's why he reminds me a little bit of Travis Kelce, because he's just comfortable no matter what on the football field.
And Travis Kelce was a high school quarterback
as well. Do the Colts need a tight end? Yes.
With the 15th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, defensive end,
I know Jalen Walker. That's number 11.
Sometimes you just don't overthink it, right?
I mean, look, the rest of my mock draft, I'm going to probably hide under my bed. But
he's in Georgia,
right. So I mean, I thought there was a chance he could drift a little bit, and he fell right to the Atlanta Falcons.
Now here is the latest pick of the Cardinals. Could be another receiver.
With the 16th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Walter Nolan, defensive tackle,
I know
Mississippi.
All right, so they go interior defensive line here, Daniel.
Yeah, they were active in free agency. Remember, they just brought in Calais Campbell to see what they get out of him at the end here. Dalvin Tomlinson was brought in. They drafted Darius Robinson, edge rusher, in the first round last year. So they go back to that defensive line.
They need him to come along. He didn't have much of a rookie year.
I always think, Charles, you kind of are where you came from, and this group came from Philadelphia again. So you look at the trenches here. Big time upfield burst. I'm hoping he can develop. The ultimate upside would be Madubuike, who is one of the great defensive tackles, but he's got big-time twitch and burst when you see him get off the ball. You'll see him knock guys back. He's got a lot of pop in his hands. We saw that at the Reese's Senior Bowl as well. Again, someone who likes to penetrate and play up the field. That is his 100% go-to, is to get on an edge and get up the field.
With the 17th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Shemar Stewart, defensive end, Texas A&M.
Have they paid?
Yeah, not a surprise to see him go defense here. This defense last year, not good. Tied for 25th in points per game, tied for 25th in sacks. You think about Al Golden coming in to try and fix this defense. They had 5 games last year, CD, where they scored over 30 points and lost. The offense is in great shape. They took care of re-signing those guys. We'll see what happens with Trey Hendrickson, but you got a little insurance here, or a playing partner here with Shemar Stewart off the edge. Rashawn Gary is the comparison. This is a classic traits, disruption versus production, because he has got elite height, weight, speed, and he is very disruptive. You see him on the backside here with his ability to really close. He can convert that speed to power. You see that, just the sacks, they didn't come. 4.5 career sacks over these 3 years. But the thing I love about him, those traits first of all, but then the effort, man. He plays with unrelenting energy and effort, and someone who is very beloved in that program. They love this kid.
Shemar, you are laser focused in this moment. Is this the kind of intensity you're bringing to a Bengals defense?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely for sure. Some people done messed up.
Really?
I'm coming.
What's making you upset about the moment that you have right now?
Nothing. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Okay.
Just know I'm coming.
You are in the division now with Lamar Jackson. How's that going to feel when you can chase down a quarterback like that?
Hey, man, it's an honor, man. You know, South Florida versus South Florida. He's one of the best. Why would I not want to sack one of the best?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With the 18th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel, guard, North Dakota State.
There's your guy.
Yeah, this is my favorite player in the draft, and there's some reasons why on the screen. 5 position flex. He's played tackle. He proved at the Senior Bowl where he dominated that he could kick inside and play guard or center. Graham Barton, think about how quickly he transitioned when he got to the next level with the Tampa Bay Bucks and how well he played. Here he is at left tackle. You can see his movement and his commitment to finishing. He plays, I would say, beyond the echo of the whistle when you watch him. Here he is at the Senior Bowl where he was dominant against all comers. I've never seen somebody take more reps than he took at this year's Senior Bowl. And when asked about it, he said they kept asking for him.
Trying him.
So they asked and he gave it to them, and they all had trouble, those defensive linemen, trying to get through him. He was fantastic at the combine, a 36.5-inch vertical, which was best among all the offensive linemen. Sam Darnold's a happy man right now. They just got somebody they can plug and play on the interior of that offensive line.
The big thing for them, can they keep those tackles healthy? If they keep Cross and Lucas healthy, shore up the interior, they've got a chance to make some moves.
So congratulations to Gray Zabel. The Bucks are on the clock, then the Broncos, and then there's that 21st overall pick for the Steelers.
Let's find out together, Rich.
Let's, Daniel. Here we go. Last pick in the teens.
With the 19th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver, Ohio State.
And the Ohio State has entered the chat. The 2024 champs see their first player selected tonight.
Don't they still got
Emeka Egbuka going to
Isaiah Bond?
Yeah,
Oh
Jason
my
White's
God.
been there for a long time. His first pick as general manager in Tampa was Mike Evans. This is the next wide receiver that he's taken in the first round. It's been a minute. Big time tracking, big time hands. He is ultra instinctive and tough. You see him here with the ball in his hands. He can make you miss. He has played around so many great players at Ohio State. He's not afraid to do the dirty work. He's not selfish. You see him as a lead blocker. Just look at how physical and tough he is. I saw the Bucs live, as you I know did as well, CD. That's one of the more physical teams in the NFL. He's going to fit right in.
So see this lineage right here: Olave, Wilson, Smith and Jigba, Harrison Jr., Abuka. You know why it was important for Abuka to go back for his senior year? Yes, to go and maybe right the wrongs and potentially win a national championship, but it was also important to him to have the lineage down to Jeremiah Smith, who we all think is still going to be at Ohio State for a couple of years and might be the best of them all, you know, coming out in a couple of years. And that was important. You know why? The brotherhood. That's what they call their position room. And no one personifies the brotherhood better than Emeka Abuka.
April is World Wish Month, and the NFL is proud to support the life-changing wishes that Make-A-Wish grants. Yes. His wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team. Please join me in cheering on Sam as his wish comes true. Take it away, Sam.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's go Broncos. Thank you. All right, with the 20th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Jahdae Barron, DB, Texas.
So the 10th player on your top picks is the 20th overall selection. High quality value for a terrific player.
Yeah, he was my highest rated player there. My top corner, the first corner to come off the board here. Remind me of Cooper DeJean as someone who is going to be outstanding playing in the slot. Big time.
I don't really know him. Yeah, I'm going to look at the last 30, bro. Yeah, I still ain't seen Shador, bro.